Postmodernism is a movement that emerged in the late 20th century. During the 70s, people started to lose interest in the structure and order of modernism. From the 1980s, it became the preferred style of corporate culture. It emerged as a reaction against modernism and against modernism's utopian visions. As modernism's ideas are utopian, it could be argued that postmodernism's ideas are in fact dystopian. Many modernists considered postmodernism as a disease. Unlike the uniformity of modernism, postmodernism's key features are contradiction and complexity. It could be seen as one of the most controversial movements of all time. Postmodernism was a very chaotic movement. There was no rules, and designs did not follow any structure patterns. It was very disorganized, designers paid no attention to legibility, and there was no unified graphic style. Some postmodernists did use some form of grid structure, but still used type broken and split, random textures, overlapping pictures, pixelated type. Postmodernism overall was a very expressive movement and was a rebellion against the strict. An influential designer of the postmodernism movement is Wolfgang Weingart. Weingart questioned the order of cleanliness of Swiss design and the rules of typography. He used collage, juxtaposed textures with images, experimented with layers, images, and type. A lot of his images were quite geometric, and he used a stair-stepping motif that was a recurring feature in a lot of his designs, although he still used Helvetica. Weingart's designs influenced postmodern designer April Greimer. Like Weingart, she also used the stair-stepping motif, and she explored a similar technique to Weingart, such as collage. She also experimented with 3D ideas and added strange tilts, balances, and shadows. Like Weingart, she used Helvetica, but she experimented with it a bit more, putting it into italic, overlapping the letters, using two colours, and deliberately enhancing the jagged edges of the type. 1990s postmodernist Swiss designer Ralf Schreivogel combined classical manual word with digital design and photography. He used complex structures in his work. Other ways postmodernism has been used in design is in company logos. The MTV logo is a good example of this. Every time the logo was used, the M was made to look different to break the rules of corporate identity. This inspired many other designers as well. Postmodernism was also tied in with punk. Punk had very similar ideals to postmodernism in the fact that they rebelled against the rules and refused to conform. Not only this, but postmodernism designs were often used for punk album covers. James Reed designed many album covers for popular punk bands, the Sex Pistols. Postmodernism as a whole is a very chaotic, non-structured and rebellious movement, and may very well be one of the most free forms of design. Its disregard for rules and organisation, chaotic layouts, and disregard for legibility may give it more form and less function, but overall makes it a very open movement and gives the designer freedom of expression.